Hello and welcome from Austria, where we will be having RLH mid-season test race. Game is loading right now, and the drivers will start with qualifying, a short qualification of 18 minutes, where it's fair and square. Fastest will be on pole. Here we are. Loading in. We have 14 drivers today, and quite a skilled field actually. I see mainly drivers from the top tiers, C1, C2, and one C3, and Pete from C5, but on his home track. Can't wait to that one. Also a good friend from our host, Mamba. As we have, we're in Austria, and we have a few Austrian drivers. We have Basmats, C2 driver, multiple race winner, and one of the leading drivers in Formula 2. We have Men Like Donkey, C2 driver, won multiple races as well. Of course, we have Black Mamba, our host for today, former C3 champion, motor race where and even was on the podium in C1 last week in Silverstone. And the fourth Austrian driver of today, Men Like Donkey. Pete Pirate, of course, my bad, sorry. Alright, some drivers on the outlap already, and who is the first to start a lap? It seems like Alberto Tomba la Bomba is gonna be the first driver on a hot lap. And let's have a look from TV Pod. He's coming up right through turn 2 now, up to turn 3, heavy braking zone. Of course it's purple, he's the first at a time. Coming out of turn 3, you want to be quick and throttle not too quick, otherwise you might lose a bit. Pretty good through turn 4 here. Then we're up to 5, and in turn 6 was such a tricky one, we can lose a lot of time. Up to turn 7, 8. And turn 9 here. Good exit on there. And turn 10, and the trick is not to go too wide, and he doesn't. And he sets the benchmark 103.049, and I think that is a very quick time. Dogarbs, Turkish driver, is in P2, Chemtazen in P3, Chalkers in P4. Yeah, quite a distance from Satonic, but we all know Satonic can be incredibly fast over one lap. One of the drivers in RLH with the most pole positions on his name. Let's have a look. We have Phil on mediums. That's surprising, and considering the times on mediums, 104.8, it's not bad. His teammate for today, Boss Mutz, also in the McLaren, done the same, but a second slower, and I think Phil's time in on the medium is actually quite good. Tin driver has set a lap. We have I guess Prince won't be setting a time in quali. He just lost control there in turn 7, 8. Hit the wall, and his curb broke down. Alright, next one is Pete the Pirate, also in the Mercedes. On his outlap, all medium tires, and yeah, in terms of pace, Pete's probably the slowest driver of the day, but can still be very decently quick on a good day. But in this field full of giants, it's way too much to ask to probably qualify into the top 10. There's quite a skill gap there. And has nothing to do with talking Pete down, because I think Pete's probably on my own level. But the opposition he's having today is immense. Let's see how he goes here through the corners. Up to turn 3. Oh, actually, Pete. That's purple. Keep that up. Although a very short sector, mainly one corner, if you get turn 1 right, you're up for the good sector time. Well, that Labrador sure isn't as quick as Lambomba did, but you see on the exit airway loses time. Still fairly decent lap 106.3. Actually quicker than Bruno. Had a mistake on his first lap. Bruno, well, quite a storied driver, the Swiss Brazilian. Currently one of the championship contenders in C2, but has driven in multiple classes in the past. C3, C1, won races in all classes, won championships in GT, so one of the drivers with the most Grand Prix starts in RLH history, so real veteran here. Backs off a bit, create a bit of gap. Oh, good exit out of the last turn. Here he goes, up for his hot lap. Ooh, bit of oversteer coming out of turn 1. It saves it, but might have lost a few tens here and there. Let's see. Yeah, the minus 0.4.8 is nothing but logical, since he had an error in his first hot lap. Oh, takes that beautiful corner, so beautiful. Just as the last, gains a lot of time. There it's a pretty decent time, 103.589, puts him in P6 for the moment. Alright, so let's have a look for the field. So far, Zatomic still in P1. We have Shabby, who is the current championship leader in C1, and could be up for his 3rd championship at RLH. Is just Brent surprised me so far in P3. Brent is one of our young talents that is, well, seems like he's improving each week. Currently C2 driver, but we'll see him in C1 in the future, that's for sure. Jerome is C1 driver, multiple podium finisher actually, so unfortunately having a season where he couldn't attend all races and didn't have much time to practice either, so the results so far this season haven't been very convincing. We have Dog Arms and Chempas and the Turkish drivers who have been there for quite a few seasons. C2, C1, of course Bruma, our host of today, Black Mamba, has also done over 100 races. Phil, a driver, I think also more than 200 races on his name. Chalker's quite new to RLH in C2, but it has done well, has gotten a podium. Bossmods, Peak Pirate, Prince Killer Melanchol. So it's 3 out of the 4 Austrians in the last positions. We just saw Finnish driver Nika joining, so he'll be there on track soon, probably. Still in the pit for now. We'll probably be able to do 1 or 2 runs. We see Chalkers improve to 103.9. That's a P10 for him so far, but again on the mediums. Jerome left the session. Jerome probably having some connection issues. Let's hope he can tend to this. We have, we're probably going to see a better propel between Atomic and Shabby, both on their outlap for the 3rd run of the day. Another contender for pole might have been Prince, but unfortunately he crashed. Anyone else who could contend for front row? Perhaps Bruma on a perfect lap. Mamba, maybe. I think that's about it, yeah. A bit disappointed in Bossmods this time. I think he can do much better than he has done so far. Let's have a look. Chevy. Purple sector 1 on his 3rd run. Right behind him on the lap is Zatomic, who's coming up to turn 3 now. He's actually slower, so let's get back to Shabby. In sector 2 now. Turn 6. Takes a lot of inside curb, outside curb there. Turn 7. Purple again. Purple again. And let's see what Atomic is out there, so this could be Shabby's lap to pole. And I think it is. I think it is. Yes! He improves with more than a 10th actually. That's 102.732. That's an amazing time. Yes, Atomic aborting his lap, coming in quickly. We'll want to do 1 more run in his try to get on pole position. Who else is on a lap now? Tim Kazem just started his lap. Let's follow Mamba for a bit. He's an exit out of turn 1. Let's see how quick he is in the 1st sector. 15.8. Oh, I think he's a bit too late on throttle there, coming out of turn 3. And don't get me wrong, I wish I could drive times like these. Beautiful inside. Oh! That's a lot of those there, and actually invalidates the lap for taking too much of the curb on turn 8. Unfortunate for him, it seemed like Seems like a good run. We have chokers. That doesn't seem like a quick lap. Bosmots then improving with 6/10. Yes, of course, Bosmots can do a lot quicker than he has shown so far. He's a great driver. Improves with over a second, 104.1. But invalidated. Oh, missed that. That's a shame. 2 minutes on the clock. Who is out on track? Jerome starting his hot lap. Just like Chalkers, Pete Pirate. And the guy on his first run. Let's follow Jerome. He's a phenomenal quick driver here in the Red Bull as always. Another improvement so far. With some great final corners, he might improve, and he needs 1.5 tenths to get to P3. Get to P2 is too big. Good exit there. He does improve, but in time, but that's the decision. He's only 2 thousandths away from Ben's time. Well, Chalkers in 5. Meanwhile, we have Bruma on the outlap. Mamba on his outlap. Phil on his outlap. Oh. So Tomek decides not to do a run anymore. And that basically just gives Shabby the pole position unless someone else is on a magical lap. Nika hasn't turned time yet. And this doesn't really seem like a very quick lap. Alright, what do we have? We have Bruma on a lap. Bruma actually quickest in sector 2. Oh, Bruma is amazing in these last few corners there. So quick. He does improve. P4 for him. And the exact same time as Brent. Wow, that's really close. Phil on the hot lap there. No, Phil retired there, gave up because he was slower. That means we actually have no driver on track at the moment, so we are waiting until the session is officially ended, which is now. That means we have Shabby on pole, just in front of Zatomic, and they both have quite a gap to Brent, Bruma, Jerome, and Chalkers all on 5 tenths. On 6 tenths we have Doggarbs And in P8, Chemkazen. You then have Men Like Donkey, Black Mamba, the first Austrians in P9 and 10, Phil in P11, and then we have Pete and Boss Mods, and in 14 we have Prince who crashed, and Nika wasn't able to set a time so far. Alright, so drivers will be setting their strategy, choosing the tires, and what lap they will pit, and how many times they will pit. But probably we'll see most of soft mediums strategy straightforward. So after that, after they are ready, we will see the formation lap. Before we go into the race, and I think the race is like 36 laps or something. Right, just over 10 seconds to go before we start the formation lap. There we go. Shabby leading a pack here, squeezing a bit to warm up the tires. Okay, let's go through the field one more time. The order of race. Oh, Shabby a bit off there. Fortunately, it wasn't a fact. His car. So we have on front row Shabby and Zatomic. The Dutch Moroccan driver. Ahead of Toma La Bomba. We have Brent and Bruma. The Swiss Brazilian. We have Jerome. We have Chalkers and row 3. Dogart and Chenkozen, the Turkish drivers on row 4. 2 Austrians with Men Like Donkey and Black Mamba on row 5. Phil and Pete on row 6, Boss Mods and Prince in row 7, and in last position it's our Finnish hero Nika. The Finnish hero might need some clarification. He's the Finnish driver with most race wins and most Grand Prix starts in RLH. So. Well, maybe not Grand Prix wins. I think they might have a few more with the CC Club season. And here we go. Start of the race. The red lights 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And out and off it goes. Seems like a good start from Brent there. Oh, Brent has some contact with Shabby. Needs to back off, but I even think he has damage, but oh my, that seemed like a great start from Brent, but in the end, he's in trouble. So Shabby remains in the lead. So Tomic is second, Broom in third, and Brent in fourth. Brent will be fuming there as he's. Yeah, it'll clearly need. Oh, Brent and Jerome having some contact there. As Jerome clearly has the overspeed because Brent having wing damage. Chalkers lost a few positions there, but is trying to make up one now. P7 for him. In a fight with Dogart there. He's passed Don't believe the tower on the left at the moment. It's always a bit confused during lap 2. Right, let's get back to the front. It's Shabby in the lead. Ahead of Atomic, Bruma and Brent still in 4th, but Brent will probably have trouble keeping up with those top 3 drivers there. As you can clearly see that he has damage on his left side of the front wing. And there's already a gap appearing, 1.2 seconds between Brent and the top 3. Jerome will try to do what he can to pass him. And we have a yellow flag. It's Pete. Pete is off. Sorry. I'm Princess pitting. So is Phil. So both must have had damage. Yeah. Prince replacing his front wing, so to speak. Oh, so the Mercedes driver of today are really in trouble. Phil as well. Oh! What happened to Bruma there? Did we miss out on that? Bruma, what happened to you? You dropped from 3rd to 12th and it seems like you left the session. Okay. Well, that puts Jerome in 3rd, who is past Brent now. Chempezen is in 4th. Brent keeps losing positions and decides to pit as he can't keep up with the pace there. Will probably come out at the back of the grid. Such a shame after good qualification and great start. In just a moment, we will be right back with you. Here we are back again. Shabby still in the lead. Atomic in 2nd, Jerome 3rd. And quite a gap from Atomic to Jerome. As Pete has been in a pit again. And 2nd stop already. Broom has stopped. Phil, Prince, Brent, all pitted, and so that means that Mika, after starting in last, is now actually in points, P10. Yeah, if you just manage to stay out of trouble, it helps a lot. One of the McLarens is off. And another yellow. Renault in trouble there. And oh, Bosmot. But it's Chalkers who's off. Chalkers has been off, and there's no way you have to defend like this after you've just been off and probably have enough damage. It's a practice race, guys. Can't see any damage. And another yellow, and again McLaren. Oh, it's Phil! Phil playing with his lawnmower there. Ahead of Bruma's car now. Phil on the hard tire? Seems like he's really having trouble to stay on track. Oh, he has massive damage to his front wing. And another yellow. Chalker's off again. And is now in the pit lane. Having his front wing repaired, or at least, no, his tires. Alright. Meanwhile, up front, and oh! Phil's out, and we have a virtual safety car. Interesting that Zatomic is pitting. Sure, it will save him time doing so under the VSC, but it seems like a bit early to me. He goes on the hard tire. And drop backs from P2 to P7. Places Giroud in P2. Chemco Zan in P3 now, while the safety car period VSC is over. Dog Arbs in P4, Mamba in P5. And his close frontmen like Donkey in P6. And the Italian P7 on the hard tires. Interesting to see if he has any pace on them. That gap to Shabby is not that big, just 16 seconds. And that's of course because of pitting under the VSC. But I assume Shabby will be quicker for now than on his older softs than he is on these hard tires. But the hard tire needs to warm up a bit. Need to get some good temperature in it. Sure what happened to Nika, but he's now 13 seconds behind Bosmos. So where are the battles? Chemco Zan and Jerome, along with Dogarps and Mamba and like Donkey. Nika and Prince And this should be pretty easy for Prince as he's on a softer compound and fresher tires as well. But there's a difference between being faster and getting past. Prince trying on the inside line here, not getting past. Now side by side on the exit of turn 1 and through turn 2. Prince is ahead, and he is now the car ahead and is in P9 after having to pit early. Oh, here we see that Dog Arms overtakes his own friend, Chimp is in here for P3, and they're just over a second behind Giro now. Well, Zatomek on his fresh hard tires is closing in. And then like donkey. And actually, and this is interesting, he's closing in as well. So on his fresh hard tires, he is quicker than Shabby is on his old soft tires. So pitting on under the safety car, the PSC, might turn out to be a good choice. Although, now what you get now is that Atomic is in traffic. He might lose some time here if he's not quickly past, not like Donkey. But if Shabby decides to pit now, oh, he's already passed, and man like Donkey is pitting. If Shabby pits now, he loses the lead. But he continues while Drone is pitting. So we have both Red Bulls pitting on the same lap. However, if Shabby continues for like maybe 3 laps, you might be able to do a soft medium instead of the soft hard strategy and have more speed than Atomic. Oh, we have a yellow. That is at turn 3. Can't see if a car is off. But we have a nice grip here with Prince, Killer, Malai, Donkey, Nika, and Brent. It seems like Brent's closing in as well. Alright, up front we have Chemkazen and Black Mamba pitting. Moves Bossmoss up to peak 4. It's Atomic now, already in peak 3. And despite being quicker and probably earning the lead when Shabby decides to pit, I think it's well, without a safety car, I think it's still going to be an easy one. Shabby, as in he'll be quicker on track, and Shabby also is a driver that barely gets a penalty for exceeding track limits, while Atomic already has 3-second penalty. Right, here we go, Shabby pitting. Oh dear, he gets a 5-second pen for speeding in the pit lane, Shabby. That's a shame. Pits onto medium tires, that's what I was saying. And that means that Atomic is in the lead now. And this penalty situation is getting interesting. Shabby behind Boss Mods. But very close and on so much fresher tires, it shouldn't be a problem for him. But if it takes a few laps, you might lose a bit of time here. But I think he'll probably do it right now, or yeah, he's already passed even before turn one. Well done by him. Good move. All right, so he has 5 seconds to close, but yeah, he's not on the pressure tires, but he's also on the mediums. Which, yeah, the compound should be quicker than the horse. That's the problem. So it's a two-man fight indeed for the win. Sure, Bosmas is in third, but still needs to pit. Jerome also went for the soft medium strategy and is down. Of yellow, I think it's. I think Nika in trouble. Drop back to behind Brent now. What a great race for Nika so far. Let's see where the fights are. Chemkas and Dograbs keep fighting each other. For P5 and 6, and with Bossmods pitting. It's a fight for P4, but you never know in the end. Could even be for a podium. Mamba is not far behind. Did create a gap to unlike Donkey though, and what Prince already being on 2.9 and P9 already on 13 lap all softs. Mamba passing Bossmods there. Prince now pitting. He'll go for mediums till the end and hoping for a safety car. As we also see one of the Williams cars in the pit lane. I think that's Bruma's car. Shabby already closing in. In 2 laps, he already closed the gap to less than 2 seconds. And that means he'll probably be within DRS range within a lap now. And then we're going to see an interesting fight. Bossmods pitting. As we see yellow, and the car is off. Jerome is off. It's not just Jerome off, but I also see, I think Nika's off as well. Got a major time penalty, but so just like I said, The Turkish drives Cem Kazen and Dog Arps now in the fight for a podium. It just shows anything can happen. I mean, at the start of the race, well, Nico retired. They both were P7 and 8 in the starting lineup, but now fighting each other for the podium. Jerome retiring as well. That's a shame. Drivers giving up because it doesn't go their way. Seems like in the end, Pete might get a point. As he'll be P11 soon. I'll Walmart DNF and he actually gets a point. Right, back to the front, Shabby closing in, but not within a second yet. But it will come soon. In sector 2 now, as he is within a second now, that means we're gonna see this from TV pod from his car. It means he'll be getting DRS now on the next straight. And he'll be able to attack the leader of the race. He'll be closing the gap in this lap right now, as he is now within a few tenths, 5 tenths. He used the DRS here as well. Both are on about the same level of ERS, around 60%. Gap 5 tenths where it was 8 tenths a lap ago. Really good at exit. Could attack. Close the gap to 4, maybe 3 tenths. And then let's see what's going to happen on the longer straight up to turn 3. See, it's below 4 tenths now. But still. Let's Atomic use his ERS to empty it out. He's using all his ERS to defend his position. Meanwhile, Dokov and Kazan changing their positions. Now Chevy using overtaking and coming on the inside, and yes. Side by side still. Please give each other some room. Oh, it's a bit like Verstappen and Leclerc 2 years ago. It's okay to push him a little wider to increase as long as he leaves some space. Now let's see if Tomic is able to keep up. Of course, he's the one able to use DRS now on the straights, but still Chevy on those fresher and softer tires should be able to run away. And they're behind Bruma's car now. Oh, that is... Oh. Yeah. Oh, come on. Thank you, Bruma, for leaving the race and your car on track. Now the gap is over a second. I think, yeah. We'll see. Chevy running away with it. And yes, he has 2 seconds of penalties more, but I don't think Tomic will stay within 2 seconds in the next 10 laps, given the tires. Unless, of course, we might get a safety car. Right, so meanwhile, we have Dog Arms in P3. Chemicals in P4. Mamba seems like unable to keep up with the pace of those Turkish drivers ahead of him. Is still close with men like Donkey. Gap is just less than 2 seconds. Brands in 7. Could have done so much more this race without the contact before turn 1. And Boss Mods in P8. Having Prince right behind him, and I think Prince here is the quicker driver. Oh, a yellow. What's going on there? Oh, that's Pete letting other cars pass. Pete having a bit of a get on mediums. You're expecting with such a late pit stop to go on soft, but he didn't. Oh, Brent pitting. Brent decides to have a bit of fun and go for a fastest lap. Not sure he falls back behind Chokers and Prince and both mods. But the gap to Chokers isn't that big, and on those fresh softs should be an easy task to move up a position. So the battle for P7 is between Boss Mods, Prince, Chokers and Brent. Ahead of them we're having P5 and 6 battling Mamba and Benlight Donkey, Block Arms and Chemicals, and keep close to each other for the podium position. And Shabby and the Tomic still battling for the lead. As I adjusted earlier, I can't see Atomic stay within 2 seconds with 10 laps to go, but meanwhile we're 2 laps further and he's still within 2 seconds, so if he can keep the gap like this, he's still fighting for the lead. But also, can you imagine a late safety car now? It would mean that Durgard and Cem Kazan could even fight for the win, as they have no time penalties and it would be in a great position. Here's Brent's fastest lap as expected, 104.987. He is 6 seconds behind Chokers. Oh, and we have a yellow. Who is that? I think it's Bruma. Oh no, I think it's Prince actually. Prince seems to have made a mistake as he lost the position to Chokers. So now right behind him, well earlier he was right behind Bosmos. So Tommy now loses a few more tens and is outside of the 2 second range, but we can have a look at the penalties. Let's see, race director Shabby. 1 warning. So it's fairly safe so far. How's Atomic? Ooh, was actually pretty close to another one. Meanwhile, Chemkos and Dokarps keep changing positions. But there's still a faultless in the penalties. That's well done. And if you look at it, well, Mamba and men like Donkey have quite a few penalties already. Means there are no threat at all to the cars up front. Bossbot's also on 9. So that's not gonna matter as well. Mamba's on 27 seconds from the leader, puts him at 39. Yeah. Not gonna lose position with that. Topic gaining a few tenths back now. this is Atomic, who seems to be getting passed by Prince, who's unlapping himself. Yeah, and he's now even driving towards Shabby. Oh, Chempazan picks up a first to second time penalty, and this basically gets the podium to the right. As Freddy will be, Shabby will be seeing Prince coming up. I think, what? But Prince is on fresh soft tires. Oh! Gee, coming out of turn 3 there. Shabby had a moment of August there, nearly lost the car. Oh, yeah. Imagine that would have happened. With 3 laps to go. So, Prince unlaps himself. He'll probably set the fastest lap soon now. Here we go, 104.8. And the gap between the leaders, 2.5. And it says like this, Shabby is the race winner ahead of him, with just a whole half a second ahead of Atomic. Chalkers decides to pit and possibly have 1 lap to go for the fastest lap of the race. But he probably won't have, as he is being lapped because of it, so he does it 1 lap too late. And Shabby's already on the last lap of the race, so not the smartest move here by Chalkers, because he won't have any lap to go for it. Alright, so the gap is 2.8, and that's 0.8 in his favour. Here we see Shabby in his Ferrari number 34. Coming up here, turn 9 and then turn 10. The last corner of the race as he wins the race ahead of Zatomic. Zatomic, did you pick up another penalty? Yeah. That made it even easier. It's Duggars in third, Chemicals in fourth, Black Mamba will finish the race in 5th, ahead of long-time friends Men Like Donkey. 2nd Austrian and the 3rd Austrian will be Bosmods. Unless penalties can change. Oh, no. Busmats actually passes Men Like Donkey on penalties. Very small margin, but still. And because of penalties, Brand even gets between them. So Men Like Donkey dropping 2 positions here. Puts Brand in 6th. And Prince decides to finish in the pit lane. Okay, Prince. Creative. In 9th position. The driver of the day, Busbus, probably because he gained the most positions. Alright, so we here have the podium Shabby, Alberto Tomalabomba, and we have Chemko Zen. 3 teams represent Ferrari, Alfa Romeo, and Williams on the podium. Celebrating here today. So let's go to the final results of the day. Yes, Shabby, Zetomig, Dog Arbs, it's my apologies, Dog Arbs on the podium, not Chemkozen. Black Mamba Brands, Boss Mods, Manla Donkey, Prince Killer, Chalkers, Peter Pirate in 11th, Bruma, Jerome, Nika, Phil not finishing. So that's it for this mid-season race. Next week we will be back with regular competition. We'll continue in the season and round 8 in Canada, Montreal, where most of the drivers from tonight will be in C1 or C2. I want to thank you now all for watching. Hope to see you back soon. Also on this Friday, around 11 of 12 from Formula 2. And this Sunday will be the Yaris Cup on GT. And next week we'll be back with Formula 1. Thank you for watching. Good night, everyone, and